Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Donna. My pronouns are he, him. Today, with the Open Hearth, we are playing Three Sheets to the Wind, a game by Becky Allison. Um, it's, I guess, inspired by Below Deck. It's a reality TV show about aboard a charter yacht, and our players are playing members of the crew. Trying to get ahead, I guess, or just have fun. So let's introduce ourselves to them and their messy lives aboard the Dante. Um, let's start with Kate.
Yeah, so for this reality showdown, I will be playing Thomas Carlisle. He is a partier personality and he is the chef of the crew. He's kind of here to wanderlust, have a good time. He wants to see new cuisines and new locations and make extravagant dishes of his own envisionings to the guest. The problem with that is sometimes what he wants doesn't necessarily align with what the guest wants. And he's really not the greatest about being a team player in a situation where, it's you against the vast sea. So he's got a bit of a tiff with Anna. She's kind of a stickler for the rules, which is kind of annoying. Last cruise, Omar got him into trouble by cooking the prized tuna that was supposed to be for a sushi party, despite not working in the kitchen, Omar. Uh, he also shares a bunk with Aaron, who doesn't like his messy ways outside of the kitchen. So he's in for an interesting ride this charter. We'll see if he manages to let his bolsterous personality outshine some of his lackluster employee kind of situations.
Awesome, thanks, Kate. Tad, how about you?
Oh yeah. So I'm playing Anacanics. I'm here to, to everything be best it can be. The guests have to be entertained. The service has to be perfect. That's where I am here, and you know, I have just been promoted to chief stewardess, but it's just a few years uh, before I'm the first officer and then captain. I'm already, studying the navigation in my off time and uh, working through my, learning for my captaincy examination and stuff. Like this is just a step, but nothing has to go wrong here. Like everything has to go all right because, like, I don't want to be an idiot on a national TV or wherever we are being broadcasted. And yeah, like I'm not gonna get some stupid cocks or stewards or first officers or anyone else to ruin it for me, obviously.
I mean, internationally syndicated show, right? That's
Oh wow,
that's how
even
bad it's
yeah,
gonna be.
yeah.
But it's on a ship.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I guess let's open on the dock, right? So uh, I think in keeping what we've established about our captain Leo, he has been riding everyone for the entire morning and probably the previous day in terms of making sure that everything is in ship shape. That first impressions have got to last, and really, um, I wonder maybe like, do we see you do some last minute work right before the charter is due to arrive? Kay, what do you think we see Thomas doing? Um, in the moments before the cameras will swing up to the dock to see the charter.
Yeah. I think Thomas is in the kitchen, and right now he is slicing and squeezing a bunch of citrus to make these welcome aboard margarita cocktails. So he's kind of just in the zone, in the chef jacket. Uh, you can see like peeking out a bit of like a fun top in some interesting colors, but underneath, it's on top it's the chef whites, and they're pristine and clean, arms tucked in, no mess. And he's actually working quite efficiently. Uh, do you like Peanut Coladas? The escape song is playing on the little radio inside the kitchen.
Okay, awesome. Tad, how about Anna? What do we see her doing in these last kind of fevered moments of cleaning?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I think I'm yeah, so I think that like the most of the crew is like prepared on the deck to welcome the guests and be introduced. I guess chef doesn't have to, like, he's making the welcome drink, but everybody else is on the deck, and I'm just like walking from a person to person, and like here your scarf is little off, and here you please tuck your pants a little bit, like, and like fix your belt. It's it's uh moved it's too much to the right, and it's like, yeah, and like, making the first moment they step onto the onto the ship be the best it can be, because like, it's the first impression. If anything is off, like, they will just start looking for problems through the first impression has to be the best. And like several people are like, what are you doing?
Okay. So yeah, whoever is on lookout, um, maybe Omar, um, whistles, the signal for the arrival of the charter. If you look on the character keeper, you can see there's a charter tab where we have the people who are arriving. I guess maybe you would kind of know what their deal is, at least in kind of casual terms, but they are led down the gangway by this young entrepreneur, tech bro called Derek Maximum. I'm sure that's not his real name. Um, uh, and followed by a bevy of half of which at least are developers in this startup that is due to celebrate this is to celebrate the launch of one of their new apps. And there's definitely a few couples in this group of seven. I think maybe there's been a cocktail or two already consumed in the limo on the way here. One of them is certainly still drinking out of a cocktail glass. But one of the, assuming it's the developer, one of them looks pretty annoyed. Probably even furiously tapping away at a tablet or a small laptop in their grip, and maybe still working. I mean, that seems unusual if this is a party to celebrate a launch. So yeah, they breeze up and introduce themselves, or are introduced by Derek, who kind of just rattles off these names. He might forget one person's name. There's a girl called Destiny who he doesn't seem to really know much about. So yeah.
This is fate.
So yeah, they've booked the charter for 3 days, which is kind of the usual charter length. So yeah, there, I think there's why don't you describe? I guess as a chef, you like to talk about exactly what you've done in your cocktails before people plow into them, if they're anything fancy, or even if you put your own twist on things.
Oh
What do you
yeah.
think?
So I think we see Thomas kind of come up, and he's got this tray, and he sort of almost saunters when he walks over to the group, and he's like, for such an awe-inspiring group, I decided to serve you guys some spicy margaritas. It's a simple syrup infused just lightly with Carolina Reaper pepper, because a man like you isn't going to be simple like a jalapeno or a habanero. And I think he winks at like Derek. It's a sugar, it's a sugared rim. And like, as we look at the rim, it's like the sugar has been colored into the same company colors. So it's like specialized for them, finished with a fresh citrus, and of course, a float, extra spicy, of tequila, specifically for a man of your taste, Casa Amigos Blancos.
Well, he grabs one and he like wafts it under his nose like it's the finest bouquet, and he like gives you an appreciative thumbs up as he digs in, and then I think he just kind of looks over the group and said, "Oh well, sorry, change of plan. The three developers there," and he kind of points at the less than happy trio. They won't be drinking till we get everything out the door. So mocktails for them. But I'm sure, given this masterpiece I have before me, you're going to make these mocktails sing, right?
Oh, of course. And I like kind of like snap my finger, and at first I go to look at Omar, but then I'm like, fucking not letting Omar. And then I look at Lakshmi, who cannot be trusted inside a breakable area. And then I finally settle on Anthony, even though I'm not quite happy about it. I'm like, Anthony, uh, in the fridge, there's passion fruit coolers. If you can just pour 3 of them and bring them out. But how, and immediately looks back from Anthony over to Mr. Maximilian and takes one of the drinks that isn't taken, and goes to clink the glass and says, well, then cheers to you, sir, and the excellent work you'll all do. And is going to drink one of his own drinks.
Which, given that they're not going to get drunk by these 3 developers, you'd hate to see these go to waste, right?
Oh, of course.
What do we see of Anna as this horde of new clients come aboard?
First of all, like, raising the eyebrow on the, sending Anthony to bring drinks here. Like, what is my job here? What is Lakshmi's job here? What? Why is he telling me brings drinks? Where? And I can't serve this in front of the guests, so I just give Thomas like a look, like, huh? 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 Ideally, so that the guests don't see me, and yeah, then I will start. Oh, and just to introduce, like, this is me. I'm the first stewardess. This is my second stewardess, Lakshmi. If you need anything brought to you or just anything, talk to one of us. We will bring it to you. That's why we are here.
Okay, perfect. So I guess there's 3 different types of scenes that we have in the game. One is guest facing. So maybe it's with the guest, or maybe it's just in front of the guests. So this could be like serving them in a party or dinner or whatever it is, or maybe just having a scene with another crew member within earshot of them in a corridor or whatever. The other type is crew facing, so just amongst the crew. Guests are nowhere in sight, even though on a small boat like this, it's probably impossible to have an actually private conversation, but and then the last one is on camera. So this is like a confessional. I guess in this scene, I will be playing the producer, maybe asking some questions for you for this confessional. But yeah, it's certainly an opportunity for you to get rid of some stress by complaining about something or other. Um, so, so if you want a scene together, that's fine, and hopefully we have a couple of those. But to start out with, maybe as the guests settle in, Tad, you have a request for a scene for Anna to open up.
You know what? You know what? I would like to have the confessional scene or whatever. Yeah, the one that's just camera facing.
Yeah. Already.
Yeah. I think that's like, this is where I like, yeah, this is exactly what's wrong with the chain of command on this ship. Like, Thomas starts mixing drinks again. It's my and Lakshmi's job to mix drinks. He's here to cook. But, he wants to show everyone that he's not even like the greatest chef. He's also like a greatest bartender or whatever. Therefore, he's not, but he has to show it. Because he's like thinks that he's the best in the world. When he can be bothered to do shit, but whatever. And then he like orders Anthony to, bring drinks, which again is my job, and he just like orders people to do my job. This is not, and like, captain is here, the first officer here, and no one cares. It's just,
well, Anna, it sounds like you really need to take back control
yeah,
of this boat before it gets too far out into sea.
yes. Like, if this continues, everybody does whatever they do, Thomas does big, Thomas is big bartender. Omar is the greatest cook or whatever when he burns the salmon or whatever it was. And tuna doesn't matter. And, I mean, the second deckhand wants to be a captain or something. And the first officer wants to be, I don't know, director or something. Like, nobody wants to do their job. And then I have to do everyone's job instead of it. So,
I mean, if you were running this ship, if you were captain of this ship, Anna, this kind of nonsense wouldn't go on. Is that what I'm hearing?
yeah, obviously, when I will be running my own ship, I would not tolerate this sort of nonsense.
So you're gonna air your grievances directly with the captain, or are you just gonna put up with this?
I'm gonna put up with this, but I'm this close to blowing off, and we have just left the port, so this is gonna be fun, Charter.
It's gonna be a long 3 days for you, I fear.
Yeah.
Okay. You happy with this on camera venting session?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Okay. So you lose one stress. Bear in mind that if you want to lose more stress than this, there is a relieve stress move to really push it.
Yeah.
But that is a different kind of move. Okay. Okay. Do you have any preference for a scene for Thomas?
Yeah, I'd love to make a tip.
Okay. So yeah. So is there a particular person on charter that you really think you need to?
It's got to be Derek Maximilian, right?
Okay. So you so is this? Do you think this is like a knock on their cabin with a tray full of special cocktails, or is this like meet them out back on the sun deck, or where do you think this scene should be?
Yeah, I think maybe Derek is sunbathing or something on the back deck. And I think I arrive with another specialty drink, uh, as well as like a little opening canapé.
Uh-huh. So yeah, I think Derek is out here, um, probably polishing off another one of those spare cocktails from earlier. His girlfriend Mindy is alongside him. She is, I think, studiously avoiding doing. I mean, she's doing something on her phone. Who knows? Who knows what that is? Um, and yeah, Derek. He recognizes a plate full of stuff, especially for him when it's coming down to him. So he, yeah, kind of half sits up in his deck chair or sunbed or whatever it is, and yeah, waves you over. Not that you needed inviting, right?
Yes. Hello, Mr. Maximilian. Absolute pleasure. It seems you're finished up your drink, so I've brought with you a mojito for you. Uh, this one is pineapple flavored as well, additionally. And I give one to him, and of course, I slide one to the girlfriend who's hanging out with him, but I don't make as much fanfare for her.
Yeah.
And then, to respect your heritage and family roots, to pair that with an anticucho seared tuna loin atop a perilla leaf with a pineapple relish to accent the drink.
Mm.
Light, fit, won't weigh you down as you're enjoying your cruise, but will give you a nice little pop of flavor.
Okay. I think maybe we should roll now and to see how this goes.
Yes.
So if you see here, again, kind of unusually, there's no stats in this game, but when you make a tip, you're gonna basically spend stress. You're gonna take stress in that case, and this is kind of your bonus for the roll.
Okay.
So you increase your stress track by between 1 and 3. Roll 2d6. Let me add a link to the dice roll room in the chat for you.
All right, so 2d6, and I'm gonna take that 3 stress
Okay, well,
because we're here for the big wins,
we're here for the big
the
win.
drama. That is an 8.
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you increase your tip track by the number of stress boxes you ticked.
Heck yeah.
So that's a lot of bucks. And yeah, I mean, I think Derek certainly appreciates it. He says, "Please call me Derek. I know you're not just a hired help. You're an artist, so I don't mind."
Mm.
Now, Mindy quaffs the mojito that you've given her, but like she looks kind of disgusted at the food. And Derek kind of, waves her away and says, Mindy doesn't eat. Mindy, this was in the specs we sent. She only consumes human food, which is like a powdered meal drink, and cocktails and whatever's in the cocktails.
Of course, We have human food for you as well, Mindy. And it'll be out in a moment with one of the stewardesses.
Yeah, and like I guess she's kind of huffy, and kind of pretends to yawn and like polishes off the mojito with a second gulp and kind of lies back down on the sunbed to ignore you. I mean, this is really something. And he's obviously forgotten your name already.
Uh, you could just call me Chef or Chef Thomas, Chef Carlisle. You could call me Tom, whatever floats your boat, Derek.
Yeah. Let me send you my details on the phone, and yeah, I would love to get you to cater something on dry land if you do that kind of thing.
Of course, yeah, I cater all around the world for only those worthy, and I'm sure your palate. And he kind of like looks a bit at Mindy as he says it, but then goes back to Derek. I'm sure your palate is more than a worthwhile attempt to try and please.
Well, sometimes I feel omnivorous. I'll consume just about anything that's put in front of me, you know. But I
I could
appreciate the
put some
honesty.
things in front of you.
Oh, Tom, don't tempt me.
Well, it is your boat, this endeavor. So the temps are whatever you wish, and all of us here, especially myself included, are at your beck and call.
Excellent, excellent. Well, well, nicely done, Tom. We'll
Thank
catch
you.
each other later for dinner, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. And if you have any special requests or anything comes to mind, just let one of the stewardess know, and I'll make post haste to get you what you need.
Okay, great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah. Turn around, make sure, come back out, and I sort of as I'm passing, I'll turn to Anna and be like, "Hey, Anna, I think the back deck needs a refreshers on their cocktails. Also, that gross human food bullshit that the girlfriend drinks."
And I like look at Mindy, who apparently like heard this, and I like, I will bring you whatever you desire. And yeah, I will like go with Thomas into the kitchen. So
I mean,
Thomas, like, yeah,
I was just gonna say this. This sounds like a good scene to have, right?
yeah. Yeah, I will go with Thomas into the kitchen. So I've got it like right up here with your antics today. What the fuck is your deal?
My antics, you mean making guests happy?
No, like acting out of the chain of command.
You mean
and out of your role.
You mean serving good food? Creating a good dining experience for our guests?
First, you are breaking drinks, when they are arriving, to just like get, absolutely around me. You're not supposed to bring stuff. You are supposed to cook. B, again, you're just bringing food on your own. I'm here to present it. I'm here to be the person who knows what guests want and tell you, and then you give it to them. First, look, and I will point to like the table of like guests that they have on the below the deck, like what guests want, and like, hey, no food preferences, no food preferences. Destiny, no food preferences. David, no food preferences. Mindy only eats something called human food, which is not made out of humans. I googled it before anyone asks.
First of all, you were busy mustering everyone on deck. So better I wait for you so the cocktails show up late and watered down? I don't think so. And listen, I get that, you and Lakshmi can throw back a rum and coke when a guest need ones, but a true cocktail is a bit of artistry. I've infused syrups, I've squeezed limes, I've colored sugars and salts. That's a little up there, and I'll handle that. You've got so much to deal with there, Anna. Just why don't you relax a little? You're taking it much too far, but if it makes you feel better, I'll certainly let you set the table. And he's just leaning against like the counter, not phased at all.
Yeah, I have so much to deal with. Like today, it's mostly I'm dealing with you and your fuck ups.
What
Also,
fuck ups? The guests are happy.
Also, she hurt you when you said that human food is disgusting. How's that gonna work for
I
you?
think as long, oh,
So I'm just gonna check in here. Do we think Anna is throwing her weight around by giving Thomas a dressing down, or do we think this is just business as usual for the two of you?
Oh, sure, yeah. Think yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I will untake 2 points of career because I'm angry. And then I roll +2.
Yeah.
Where's the roller? Oh, here. 2d6 +2, yeah. Oh.
Oh, did you select your d6s? That might have.
Oh no, I typed something wrong.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
11. Okay.
So. So it works. So you've unticked those two boxes. It works, and they have to make a take the heat roll, but cannot pick you to redirect the move if they roll a 10 plus. They have to redirect the heat to someone else instead.
Okay. So I have to
So
roll the take heat. When someone makes demands of you that you dislike, or when someone goes wrong with 2d6, it's your fault. Roll 2d6 and add nothing. Okay. Yikes, a 5.
okay. So on a
Um,
6 or less, you're feeling frantic. Mark 1 stress, and unless you take immediate action to address the problem by succeeding at a solve the problem roll, mark another 1 stress as well. So before this snowballs too much, what do we think this initial kind of fraying looks like for Thomas?
yeah, I think you say something in particular, and it kind of like how it's a fuck up or something like that. And I think that kind of like hits at some of maybe Thomas's insecurities, and he sort of immediately kind of switches posture and stands up a little straight and actually kind of looks at Anna instead of just like not giving a zero singular fuck. His perfect hair kind of sweeps into the wrong position as he's kind of trying to get himself properly arranged in this scenario. And he's like, right. Sorry, head stewardess. I'll try and follow the guidelines of service better. And it's a little begrudging, but he's trying. And yeah, I think I need to do a what is it? Solve the
So,
problem.
yeah. So, do you want to solve this problem or just take another stress?
Uh I think it's a little early for that, so I think I'm gonna try and solve the problem.
Okay.
Uh I think I don't really have much in career to tick, so I think it's just gonna be a straight roll.
So I think you have to untick it by 1 to 3.
Oh, you have
So
to do it.
yeah,
Okay, you
yeah.
can't cheat.
So
Okay. Yeah, so I will tap down career 1, and I will get a +1, and I will roll. Yikes, a 5 again.
wow. Okay. So you take that point of stress. The situation gets worse. What? I mean, do you think you're gonna get a bollocking by someone senior in the crew, or do you think this is just messing up like the carefully planned dinner for later or something like this?
I think it's the bollocking. I think maybe Leo shows up and is like, "What is going on? Why are you squabbling?" Kind of a vibe or something like that. Like, this is not how our perfect reputation gets maintained.
So what does he say? Do you want to play the scene?
Yeah, I'm happy to
Yeah.
play this.
Okay. Um. So yeah. What are you in the middle of when he comes in?
I think I am frantically trying to mix gelatin into like a sift of human food so that it will properly mimic the texture of the dessert I'm trying to serve to the other guests.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm trying, and like I've got like a book in front of me as I'm trying to figure out chemical compositions. And God fucking damn it, this is why I cook and I don't bake that much, uh, because I'm trying to, work within the composition of human food, but still get the setting I need. And I've maybe got a couple bandages on my finger, which is atypical because I'm so frantic that I've nicked myself a couple times.
What the hell is going on, Tom?
Leo, hey, like turn around, go to like wipe an arm across my sweaty brow. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Could you? I'm a little busy. Could we talk later?
A little busy. The, the junior deckhands and stewards are bonding over how much they think you're losing it in here. I mean, I heard one of them say, if he can't stand the heat, he should get out of the kitchen. I mean, how galling is that?
I think the juniors are bored and maybe they're not being led correctly.
Chef, you didn't just fucking say that to me, did you?
Of course not you, but perhaps Janelle is slacking.
Sorry, who is. So he takes that up the wrong way, right? You
Yeah.
meant she's not taking care of her deckhands, but he hears that he is not taking care of his first officer.
Yeah,
Jeff, put a button in it, and you better serve the best fucking meal of your life later on.
of course. I only serve great food.
Or else maybe we'll get Omar to cook a couple of steaks.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think I technically have to let loose.
Yeah, that is your next action for sure because you're up to 6 stress. Let's see what Anna is up to first before we come back to that messy messy explosion.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to do my job and do it well, and so I will create color changing sunset margarita because I've did my research and I found out that it's the best drink to go with the human food on the one website that actually thinks about what drinks go with human food. So, I mean, it's 100% bulletproof. There's like a 50% chance that that it's actually made this website because
Yeah.
probably.
So
Yeah, and I bring her human food and like I profoundly apologize for any remarks any members of the crew make. They sometimes people speak their mouth, speak faster than they think here.
yeah. Do you think you're trying to solve a problem or are you trying to make a tip off Mindy?
I think that I'm trying to. What does solving the problem do? Where is it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I will. I will solve a problem. I will try to solve a problem. So yeah, I have to untake one, which makes my carrier go to 0. That's not a problem, surely. Just have no career. Which is the only thing I care about.
Yeah.
And then
so
I roll 2d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, indeed.
This is an amazing roll.
The dice roller is really out for this crew.
Yeah. I'm not sure we're ever going to make it back to land. So take a point of stress, and the situation gets worse. So, do you think you got the recipe wrong, or no? I know. Where do you think you're bringing this to her in?
I mean, again, I think that I like studied how people eat human food and where it's served. So like, that one person on that one website ate it from the from a bowl. So I'm gonna assume. Just like cereal bowl, basically.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think Mindy looks like offended that you like this cereal bowl. Like it's like
With a spoon, yeah.
what do you think I am, a dog? I'm not gonna like put my nose into this bowl and eat this
And this is
dog food trademark.
I like lift the spoon that I'm holding like on the tray, like here's a spoon.
Yeah. And I think she like slaps it out of your hand, and this quote unquote dog food goes all over the deck. And she just like drops the bowl on it, and it lands perfectly on its space, but then like the food just splatters out and goes onto the deck. And she walks away. So let's take a break. We come back in 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
Okay, so choppy waters, I guess. Let us go to let loose, right? We need to see our chef let loose. Things have come to a head. So when you let loose, when your stress track is full, you must make a scene in front of the chartered guests. Enter your stress track and nominate which which player character has to smooth over your mess. They must immediately make a take the heat move. Okay, why don't you describe what this looks like, and then we'll bring in Tad to see how Anna can tidy up after you.
Yeah, so I think it's technically 30 minutes before dinner is supposed to start. But everything is ready because I've been in such a hurry and such a flurry to make sure I did everything right that I kind of didn't time it properly. And so I think I'm like vigorously ringing the stewardess bell, and it's loud enough that like the guests can kind of hear and maybe be a bit confused. As I'm just calling and calling and calling and calling and calling.
Yeah, I like rush there.
Like,
yes,
we need to serve dinner now.
But that's supposed to be in 25 minutes.
Dinner is ready and it needs to go now, and the first course is ready and the things are set. And if we want to make sure that Miss Mindy is happy and everyone is happy and the food is as it should be, you need to get them in their seats now.
Of course, yes. Did you prepare the food for Miss Mindy?
Yes, of course. I've got 4 different human food textures.
What are you serving it in?
And you see like there's one where it's almost like a wooden plank and it's sort of on rocks, so it almost looks like it's cascading down a waterfall of this like human food liquid. There's one where it's under like a little dome, and when you open it, there's like this smoke that kind of wafts out and gives like a fresh smell. There's one that is inside this sort of very ornate bowl that has like it's been like specially made for Mindy. It's got like that like cat mask she kind of likes to wear on it. And then there's one that's on a plate but is stood up fast because it's been gelatinized so it can sort of hold that shape. Similar to like a panna cotta.
Okay, point 1, she does not want it in bowls. I already tested that. And point 2, this looks like someone vomited on the plank of wood. I'm sorry.
No, it's like a cascading waterfall. And his like hair is like stood up in several different directions. His eyes are kind of like wide and phonetic.
This fine.
I'll change the bowl though, and he like pulls the decal off the bowl and gets like a more wide rimmed plate, and sort of puts the decal on there and then switches that out so it'll be better for her.
Okay.
So before we have Anna take the heat roll, do you how do you think the guests are reacting to Thomas's meltdown? Like, is he shouting for Anna when the bell doesn't summon her immediately? Like, what does this look like from their point of view?
He's definitely shouting for her. He's calling in a very loud voice.
Yeah, I think there's this reality show shot to like all the guests like hearing it and looking around what's happening.
Maybe there's like a scene where like one of the other crew members is like in the middle of a confessional and like Thomas's voice cuts through and like they look at the camera and go, I guess Chef is having another meltdown today or something like that. Okay, cool. So yeah, Tad, let's take the heat. And you've unmarked all your stress, Kay, have you?
Yes, I marked it down.
Okay, cool.
Take the heat. What do I?
So it's a flat 2d6 roll for taking the heat.
Okay. Yeah, I see. That's
Ooh,
wow.
The dice room has decided it likes you right now.
Yeah. I'm just going from like extremes of like 6-6 to 1-1 and nothing between.
Yeah, exactly. So, because there's only 2 of you, I think maybe we can abate this 10 plus result a little bit. Because there's only one other PC to deflect the heat onto. But maybe because otherwise the rolls will keep going. So maybe we'll just have it be extra stressful for whoever you deflect it onto. So how do you come through this? How do you breeze through it with no problem, and then like mention someone's name who is really at fault, and how do we think that goes down?
Yeah. So Yeah, I will just come smiling towards where the people are already gathered, like bringing food and, hey, here is your food. Just start serving it. And what do you want to drink with it? And just like, I know that someone will be like, the dinner is supposed to be in 20 minutes. What are you doing here? So, oh, no. Dinner is served right now. Dinner is always, served at, uh 17, oh, yeah, at 20 minutes to 6. That's how we do it.
Or like there's a time zone. You've passed over the time zone line in the
Yeah,
sea
yeah,
where
yeah.
you say to them, and like the
If
time is
anyone starts
actually
with yeah. Oh.
okay.
Yeah, they are like, yeah, and who told you that when the dinner is being served? And like, whoever they told them, like, I'm just throwing the problem on them. Like, let's say, uh, Anthony told them when the dinner is. So, I mean, next time I suppose that you should ask, the chef or stewardesses about the dinner and not a deckhand. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, that I'm sure will make Anthony your biggest fan, right?
Mm.
Okay. Um. So yeah, I think dinner goes pretty well. They seem to enjoy their food. Even Mindy seems to enjoy the the very imaginative preparation of human food for her. Um, I mean, not like, and I think she's not even like. I think she uh, accepts the hipster on a plank place. It's like, oh, this is so out there.
Ah,
I think I read about this in New York actually,
ah.
kind of thing.
I think I will like break it back and just like, jump uh, Huck Thomas, like, hey, she ate the vomit on the plank. She loves it.
It's not vomit. It's human food that I've mixed with agar agar, so it has a slightly thicker consistency, so it will rivulet down the stones across a wooden plank.
But ah,
This
all
is why I
right,
go out and tell people what it is during dinner.
okay, yeah. Look, when I grew up, you could you could walk the malls of the harbor in the morning, and you could see that, many times. Just saying.
All right, if you say so. And Thomas is just looking a little more relieved. The food's going out, the food is great.
Really?
He knows it's great. He was very stressed, but it's going well. Mindy's happy. Leo won't yell at him again. All right. Yes, I think that's great. But he just kind of like lets out a big sigh. Do you need anything else?
I mean, no. Just keep serving to the next.
Of course, will be up in 5 minutes.
Yeah. I smoothed over the timing stuff. It's all right. Just, next dinner also has to be on this time.
That's
Don't
fine.
worry about it.
I can make that happen.
Good.
So
We-
very supporting, and I don't know. There's no moves for being supporting in this game, but
Yeah,
I'm sure the fan forums are going crazy over this sudden truce or détente between
Yeah.
yeah.
Anna and Thomas. Okay. Um, so let's say like dinner passes without any further drama, and maybe it's kind of later at night on this first day of the charter. So yeah, how do you want to start off this round of scenes, K? Is there something like specific you want to do or see?
I'd like to do something so to maybe bring my career up. What is career actually? You're getting on your job, track career. So an interesting lead, more responsibility, more strategic work. What do you mean, Captain? This is a better direction. Career focus tracking special.
I am not.
I think I'd either like to improve career or tip.
Yeah. So making a tip is, I guess, the most straightforward one. Let me do a quick scan to see what the move is to.
So I think solve a problem is the career one. No, that's untick. No. How do you get career?
Okay, so career track goes up at the end of the charter.
Oh, okay, so there's no. So I think I'm just looking to do a good job and make a tip and have a good time.
Yeah, so in general, right, the how well the charter goes is like what boosts your career. So
Okay.
So yeah, I was looking at all the moves, and there's got to be one that does it, but no, there isn't.
Yeah. So I think in this position, I have no stress. I'm looking to just keep making tip.
Yeah, yeah. So, is there some kind of specific way you think you're going to be trying to do this, or?
I think I've already hit up Derek a bit, and that went pretty good. Let's see who else is on this trip. I think. Oh, this is a spicy. This could be. I have two ideas. Let me know which one you like better. One, I could try to undercover feed some alcohol to the developers because they should enjoy themselves too. Or like maybe a special treat because they're working hard or something. So maybe like a shot in a canapé. Or I could go flirt with Derek Maximilian. Maximilian Mum. Maximilian Mum.
Yeah. Not that I'm against flirting with Derek, but I guess we've kind of seen that already. So maybe we'll come back around to it again.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe see if you can ease the burden on one or more of these developers.
Yeah. Yeah. Are they separate or are they together? Like where are they on the ship?
I think there's probably two of them working in kind of a uh, not like a sitting room, but like an entertainment center. And then one of them is alone, kind of up top, enjoying the sea air.
Well, two that commit a thing together are less likely to turn on each other. So I'll walk over to the two.
Okay.
And I think, yeah.
Yeah. So let's make that Chucks and Dyson are working together.
Okay, yeah. Go over to Chucks and Dyson. Just very casually. And I'm gonna smile. It seems like you guys are really working on your vacation, huh?
And Dyson kind of, chuckles to herself, like shakes her head and keeps coding, and Chucks kind of closes his laptop and says, "Yeah, Yeah, we were supposed to launch yesterday, but we're launching tomorrow night, actually. So yeah, not much of a vacation so far, but I guess we're getting
Well,
paid. I mean, if we launch, we're getting paid.
yeah. Well, you've been doing a lot. It's already been hours, and the day has to at least take a break eventually. And I think there's a little a tray that he has with him that he puts down. And I mean, it's not really drinking if it's part of a dish. And his smile kind of goes wide. And after all, if you're having a shot of Bellini and caviar from Russia, you have to just have some little water with it, right? And he pulls out, it's like a very nice kind of flask that he has filled with, top shelf vodka. And he'll pour it into a couple shots. And then there's Bellini's with like it's a Chervil whipped creme fraiche with some Russian caviar and a little bit of duck egg yolk.
And Chuck's kind of looks at this overpowering array of gastronomic uh, items. Where do I start again? I start with a
You just
vodka.
you eat the little pancake and then you shoot the vodka.
Okay. I mean, I guess if you're telling me that I've got to do it, I've got to do it, right?
Oh, you gotta. It's part of the ship. It's part of the
Okay.
celebration. And I figured I'd bring it to you before I bring it over to the boss. Like a bit of a wink.
Okay. So yeah, why don't you make that move to make a tip? Um, you're you're increasing your stress track by between 1 and 3, and using that as your bonus. Going all in again.
What the fudge? Oh, the
Wow.
dice roller is just evil.
Snake
What did you? Oh
eyes
my
plus
god.
3 is 5. So let me think.
Evil dice roll.
Yeah, it's feast or famine with this thing. Um, so you can still increase your stress, but you don't get any additional tip. And I have to describe how this action fails miserably. Um, so I think, yeah, I think Dyson says, sorry, what's in that? And says, hey, Chucks, I think you might be allergic to whatever's in that pancakey thingy.
We didn't have any allergies taken down. They were supposed to be forwarded to the crew or and immediately like I think there's got to be EpiPens on board, so I'm going for an EpiPen.
Well, so I think he had. Okay, well, let's go for it. Like I thought maybe Dyson had said it like before he had chucked it down, but I think she does. But Chuck's is like um, too fixated on this engorgement to stop, and yeah, and then he like is halfway chewing it when he goes, "Huh?" At her, and yeah, and then it's the epi. Um, so yeah, like you gotta run. I mean, you don't have to run too far to get
Yeah.
to the first aid stuff, but it's still not a fun time.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, I think it's not going to be Leo, but I think it's Lakshmi who like hears you shout, and she is like running to give you the EpiPen, right? As she hears you yell out. I'm not gonna have her
Yeah,
butcher
she
you
obviously
right
has
away.
one. Yeah.
Uh ooh. I think I want to give. Okay, yeah. So does that get taken care of or?
Yeah, that that's taken care of, right? I think that's
Okay, I have an idea for another scene, but I will, of course, let
yeah.
Tad go next.
So Anna, what are you up to late at night around the boat?
Hmm. I mean, I do have some stress. I don't want to end up like someone. So, you know what? I think that it's been a hard day, and like I'm just there with Destiny and David, who are just getting wasted
Yeah,
because they can drink. They are just bored because their partners just left them to do some, programming or something like
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, I think this is not like I think that we are on like Long Island iced teas or something. That kind of drinks like.
yeah. Because tomorrow isn't soon enough to get drunk, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, who do we think? So David and Destiny are some of the developers' partners. Do we think you know who, or do you think you have an idea for who they are paired off with?
Uh, that's a good question. Would it be in like the info that we get in the pre?
Uh, or you probably know because like they're in a cabin
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah. It's in
yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah. So
So yeah, I guess I'm just asking you as a player to
yeah.
decide one of the pairings, and then I'll get Kay to decide the other one.
Okay. So I think that David is Gormak's boyfriend.
Okay, do you have an idea for
Yeah,
who
I think
Destiny is with?
Destiny is Dyson's girlfriend.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Fate is Dyson's girlfriend.
No, her name is
No, I'm
Destiny.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah. Fate was how Derek introduced her to us.
Yeah. I guess he forgot her name. Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, you're kind of you're in a lounge or
Yeah.
up top or somewhere.
Oh yeah, or the bar on the deck, next to the pool.
Okay.
And
So yeah, I mean, getting wasted with charter
yeah.
is definitely not something you should be doing, especially if you're going to be flirting with one or both of them. Why don't we play this out a little bit, and then you can decide how much stress you want to dump with this action. Yeah. So how do they know that you're not just serving them and that you're kind of trying to pal around with them and just relax?
Oh yeah. I think that I will. Yeah, first thing that it starts with like I make like 2 drinks of something like they were like surprise us, and I like make something let's say 2 Bloody Marys, and then Destin is like, I'm not drinking that, so I will just like oh well, your loss, and start drinking it myself. And then we will like, I will just start like telling them some stories about like previous charters, something that's embarrassing and like shouldn't. And so
Yeah. So like David seems kind of interested in the gossip and wonders like, so what's the craziest thing you've seen? I mean, you could change the names to protect the guilty, but I gotta have some dirt dished on them.
Okay, we've got full-fledged orgy ones. That was the thing. Just like World Charter, they just like all went into one room and you can hear them through whole ship. It was. And then they called us to like bring refreshments and wow, I was not prepared for that to be honest, but I learned a few things that day.
I mean, I don't think we'll be up to that, at least not till the third day when the dev team will be free again. I can't believe they pulled this shit again.
I mean, yeah, I mean, who? I mean, that's like, kind of crazy that they have like, such a beautiful boyfriend and girlfriend, and they would rather be like looking at some numbers and letters or whatever they are doing.
I mean, I'm not sure they would rather. They'd rather have shipped whatever they mean by that. But I guess when you're in a startup for a tech bro, there's only like two speeds: partying and working your ass off.
I mean, with Derek, I understand that he's rather doing some programming. I can't really see what he sees in that girl.
I'm not sure he's doing much programming, to be honest. And then I think Destiny pipes up with, yeah, and I think he's having an affair. I think you're right. He's not like Mindy is not how we put it, monopolizing his time.
Really? Do you know with whom?
Yeah, not sure.
I mean, yeah, she's like, I've seen it from her. She's just dreadful. Oh my god.
Well, it's just this human food thing I can't get my head around. Otherwise, like, she seems kind of normal.
And she's always wearing that cat mask. Like, look, when I first saw her, like, I thought this is gonna be another orgy cruise, and I was like, oh my god,
I mean, do you mention this orgy on the website? Because I'm sure if you did, like maybe she chose the place.
No, but I don't know. Maybe she knows someone who was on the previous one. Look, I can't tell you number of members, but like, those were some serious celebrities, like people you've seen in movies.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Well, anyway, let's get another round of drinks in.
Yeah.
So why don't
I don't
you
know.
make that move? You get to untick as many boxes as you want.
Okay.
Sorry, between 1 and 3.
Okay, let's go for 2, I guess.
So this is kind of, so to explain why you might not want to spend them all, this is like, I guess in Liberté or in Apocalypse Keys, the more you spend, so the 10 plus result is kind of going too far.
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. So did you roll?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got a 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is you can only keep a maximum of one stress box unticked. So you retick any others you spent when you made this roll. So I guess you relieve yourself of one stress and not two.
Yeah.
And then you've got three choices to make. Sorry, one of three options to take, rather. You can reduce your money. I guess that's your tip track. You track. Okay, I guess you can lose zero stress, or you can reduce everyone's money track by one.
Yeah.
So you can ruin the tips for everyone as well.
Uh, hmm. I mean, I cannot. Feels like I do not have any money, so I cannot really pick that.
Yeah.
So I just nothing happens
So
because
so you can't pick it. So you're either gonna hit Thomas's tip track, or not lose any stress at all.
all right, I guess nothing happened. Yeah. So yeah, I did not lose any stress.
Okay. So how does what goes kind of wrong here, or how do you not end up after a few drinks feeling relaxed with these people or with things in general? Like what do you think comes out or happens?
Oh, yeah, I think that after something, Destiny starts like dancing and then falls into the pool,
Okay.
and I have to fish her out of the pool when she's drunk, and I'm a bit drunk, and I just like we should, and then it goes into like awkward moment, like and everyone's like, yeah, I think we should all go back to, they both like just go back to their bunks, like, yeah,
Okay.
just ends on a very awkward note.
Yeah. Uh, okay. So yeah, you're in your bunk, or your cabin with who did we say you were sharing a bunk with? Lakshmi.
Lakshmi, yeah.
Yeah, like you're dripping all over the floor,
Yeah.
which doesn't impress her. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the next morning, I think. Breakfast time. Okay, what wonders are you preparing for everyone for breakfast time?
Oh, of course. So I've of course made Mindy a human food smoothie. And then for everyone there is a made to order omelet bar, so I'll make omelets in front of them. There's also some roasted pork belly, thick cut like a bacon. There's a fresh fruit salad. There's fresh squeezed orange and mango juice. There is a let's see, he made dauphinoise potatoes out of sweet potatoes. And then there's, of course, waffles in the shape of the company logo that has, syrup and whipped cream on the side for topping.
Okay. Do you think you want to strike up a conversation with one of the guests, or get up to something
Yeah.
different?
So actually, is it okay if I do a scene that happens like before breakfast?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'd like to do a throw your weight around.
Okay.
Uh, maybe with Janelle, if that's possible. Or I'm trying to think like who would be in charge of finding out the guests' allergies
Um,
and
is that
informing me as the chef.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could certainly blame Janelle, though it seems more like a hospitality thing than a.
Then you know what? Maybe it's Lakshmi. How about it's Lakshmi? I'll throw my weight around with Lakshmi.
Okay.
So I think it's right. It's a little bit before breakfast, and I'm just like how did we not know this? We have this chart. The chart says everyone has no allergies, everyone has no preferences, except for that Mitty eats food. How did we not know that Chuck's was allergic to Chervil?
It's like she obviously doesn't even know what Chervil is. What? Chuck's is allergic? No, they didn't send any allergy information.
Okay, well, you should have been better and more on top of this. This is
No,
ridiculous. I
I
had to
mean, if
grab
they
an
don't tell
EpiPen.
us, if they don't
Not
tell us,
my problem. Your job is to get that information out of them before they get on board, before we end up having to call. Like, thank God there was an EpiPen nearby and I was prepared and I was there. If I had just left them with the hors d'oeuvres, they could have eaten it, not realized it, and we could have been airlifting someone from the ship to a hospital. You need to be better on point, Lakshmi.
well, I mean, they didn't tell us.
I'd love to roll.
You should roll, yeah. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, a 9. I'll take a 9. 7 to 9, it
No,
works. Reduce your stress track by 2, but someone is out to get you.
yeah, okay. I guess it's no prizes to think that Lakshmi doesn't like you because you've gone after her like this. Is there like like some kind of official procedure to write her
Yeah,
up?
I think I write her up. And I like star it as like a health and safety hazard. And I'm like, I am going directly to deliver this to Leo.
Yeah, I mean, like she didn't fight you, but like she's gonna do something, to like who is even allergic to chervil? That's not just like parsley or something. I don't know. Okay. Um, yeah, and you feel happier, You cheat her out over it. Um, so yeah, breakfast goes fine. Tad, do you think Anna
Hmm.
has got something on her mind for
Hmm.
this kind of early morning slot?
Hmm. Sure, sure. So, yeah, I think they still. Yeah, I will try to gain some. I guess I will try to gain some cash here. Uh, yeah, I think they still ordered some activities. Uh, even through like a lot of people will not be participating, I guess, or will be just like coding through it. So, hmm, what sort of activities we should we would do?
I mean,
Oh, I
obviously.
know the
Oh,
stupid thing, the water slide. Obviously,
okay,
when you
yeah.
slide from the boat to the water, that's like stupidest thing I've seen in like my 2 hours of watching below the clips from below the deck to prepare for this.
That's more than I watched.
I haven't
uh,
watched anything like complete, just like random clips on YouTube. So,
yeah, yeah. Okay, so
uh,
so do you think like I mean, you're taking so this is like an organized like normal event for the charter. So
Yeah.
like what are you doing that's slightly risky, or you think that would really impress them?
What would really impress them? With water slide, that's a question. Any ideas?
I mean, you could have set something up like at the bottom of the water slide, like a floating
Oh yeah, I
bar.
know. Yeah, there's a bar where you take a shot. When you just slide down the water slide, you have to take a shot, and then you swim like back to the boat, and then you slide again and again, take a shot when you are in the water.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just vodka, just shot of vodka.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
But it's also kind of like, people shouldn't be drinking when they are like in the water.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's sensible.
Or
So
maybe
yeah.
drinking too much. I don't. Yeah, some like yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure common sense has a huge amount to. Common sense did not get aboard.
Yeah.
So yeah, how many stress boxes do you want to tick for this?
You know what? I'm just gonna take one, and
Okay.
let's see if I have luck. Any luck? Huh? Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, when you make your tip on an 11 plus, you're gonna increase your tip track by the number of stress boxes you ticked, and oh, sorry, there's an extra bit at this that I did not catch when you made this move earlier. Okay. Or when you got your 10 plus early on. You get an extra choice: increase everyone else's tip track by one, or reduce your stress track by one box.
I'll give everyone a tip since it's a little late to do the stress one.
Yeah, yeah. So Tad, which extra option do you want to take here? I guess stress suddenly makes extra.
I think I will reduce my stress.
Yeah, yeah. So what does this look like, and say who do you think is especially impressed by this setup?
Oh yeah, because they are sliding, and just and then they are like coming back to the developer's table, and Derek is just always on the developer's table. I think that they're just getting drunk on the sly, effectively.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that we're getting really bored here. I think that Gormak is he's super. Yeah, he's just getting bored, and like he's just taking he just slides down, takes a shot, and like goes to work alone, so no one bothers him. But he's getting like increasingly drunk through
Okay.
this.
So yeah, I think like he is giving you like a thumbs up, and maybe snaffling a bottle from the bar to bring back up to where he is doing his coding on the second day. So yeah, I mean he'll make sure you get tipped, but maybe it's not great for the upcoming launch, right?
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, so I think like you said, like even though they're supposed to be working on the second day, the developers are letting loose a little bit more, and Derek is like walking this fine line between encouraging them to have fun, but making sure that they also get in their dev hours for this release that is coming up at midnight or whatever. Okay, what's the next scene you have in mind?
Yeah, I think, let's see if I'm right. Wait, I think it's probably, I guess the only thing that makes sense given my position is to try and make some tip.
So, is there someone particular you were trying to corner or impress with this, or is it another
Well,
kind of general?
I went for devs before. I guess I'll go back to Derek. Devs didn't seem to have money. Go for the cash cow.
Um, yeah, yeah. So, uh, what are you trying that's particularly risky or out of the ordinary to impress
I
Derek?
think everyone's on the water slide and they're kind of like, we've got like the water slide dev, and I think Derek is by himself. And I think I'm gonna, it's a hot day. So I think I come out in just an apron. A little pair of booty shorts and an apron.
Yeah,
And I've got, just some nice light snacks on the tray. Oh, they're all like, it's like raw oysters and straw. They're all like aphrodisiac snacks.
sure.
And I'm gonna walk on over, strutting my stuff over to Derek with his sexy snacks.
Mhm. And I think you get a very say brazen checking out with the sunglasses down, right? As you as you wander over.
It's a hot day. Chef Whites just weren't gonna work.
I mean, you gotta be careful with that cooking oil, right?
Exactly. Always better to safety up.
Yeah,
The apron's, not long. It probably ends around his, mid thigh, and he's got little tight booty shorts,
yeah.
or it's like tight swim trunks. Maybe it's not booty shorts, it's swim trunks. Yeah, no,
Uh,
but just some snacks while you're relaxing. Would you like a strawberry? And I'm gonna like, go to feed him the strawberry.
okay. So let's see how this goes. I mean, this sounds like it would relieve stress, but I guess you're doing this to make a tip, so you're kind of taking your chances there. So yeah, decide how many stress boxes you want to tick.
Jesus.
Wow, the this dice
The
room has
dice just
decided um, to take a
it does
dump all
not.
over Thomas. That's
Yeah,
harsh.
again.
Um, Failing miserably. Yeah, I think you're like on the second strawberry when Mindy comes in behind you and goes like, "What the fuck?" And I think she like I don't know, grabs the back of your apron and like hauls you off. And I mean, I think has gotta be like physically restrained from doing you permanent damage by,
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know, Lakshmi or Anthony or someone who's around who like
Yeah, I
hears
imagine
the,
Anthony had to grab her or something.
yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah, you still take that stress, but to no avail. Um, where do you run to 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 escape this stream of invective?
I think I'm going back to my bunk to change out of this and take a breather before it's time for another service.
Um, so who you share with Thomas, right?
With Aaron.
Oh, with Aaron, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Thomas.
You're Thomas, yeah, yeah. You share with Aaron. So I think he kind of pokes his head in, like, to your cabin, as you're changing, and goes like, "What the hell is going on here?"
Uh, Guest was into being flirted. Guest girlfriend was not into guest being flirted with.
I mean, that's against the rules, Thomas, right?
Yeah, but what's the fun in that?
I mean,
It's not
that's
as if
true,
Leo
but
will entertain me himself.
I thought the rule was don't get caught, right?
Listen, I thought I was. Listen, it's not my fault. Afternoon activities weren't keeping her occupied enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Usually it's like don't get caught by the captain or your senior crew member or whatever, but getting caught by the girlfriend is pretty funny. Pretty funny.
you know, yeah. In hindsight, it'll make good TV, right? He gives a bit of a smile as he's pulling his pants on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You should definitely talk about that in your next confession.
Oh yeah, let me. Actually, that's a great idea. Uh, and once he pulls up his pants, I think he's gonna go to give a confessional.
Yeah. So mark that 3 stress and let's check in with Anna.
Yeah,
Uh, I
think
think maybe this screaming match kind of kills the buzz of the
yeah,
vodka fueled water slide.
yeah. And I think it's time to solve the problem.
Okay,
Mhm.
what exactly is the problem?
Um, the screaming match between uh, uh, the main guest and his girlfriend.
Yeah, okay. Um, so you're trying to like cool them down,
Yeah.
or
Yeah. Look. Yeah. 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 Uh, yeah. I will just like talk, like try to do the thing that you should never do, like get involved in this. So, uh, please, please. I would ask you to ask to keep your volume a little bit down. This is uh your your look. I'm just gonna be straight away for both of you. There's cameras and stuff. Like, do you really want to air your dirty laundry in front of like everyone? Just if you really need to do this, go to your bank or just take a 5. I'm sure,
yeah,
Mister
yeah,
Mister Mac. Yeah, and I will just like try to again, stupid Mr. Maximum here is like, didn't mean to do anything stupid. I mean, he kind of, and like, I will make sure that everyone in this crew keeps proper boundaries with guests from now on. And
Um, okay, so let's see what the role is and
yeah,
see how
let's see.
your interference is taken. So it'll be +0 without any
Yeah,
uh,
so
career
plus
track.
0 roll.
Wow.
Hey, this is broken. I rolled 11 for like 5th time.
I keep getting all the fails, and you keep getting the high rolls.
Yeah, but I can get rid of stress because for that you have to roll low.
Well, you do. Well, you get some money, right? So on a 10
Yeah.
plus, you solve the problem and gain 1 tip for every crew member and 2 tips for yourself. So that's something.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's the is it as simple as like not in front of the camera, kids, or
Yeah.
is there some um,
I think that
some
like
wisdom that kind of strikes home?
yeah, I think I will like you know yeah, I will just like take Mindy aside, like look, in the end, if you trust your partner, and then like some them being fed strawberries by some dumb guy in a chef's suit doesn't really matter, or you don't trust them, and then them being fed strawberries by some dumb guy in a white suit also doesn't matter. You just have to figure this out for yourself.
Yeah, so like she kind of shrugs, which is probably the most normal thing
Yeah,
we've seen from her all charter.
yeah.
Uh, it's like, but I mean, I don't trust him, right? He's a piece of shit who's definitely stepping out on me.
And,
So
well,
what can I do?
well, then I guess it's about how much you respect yourself, if you want to go through it or not.
I mean, you couldn't help find out who he is having having a fling with, could you?
Maybe I can. Yeah, I can try if you want me to.
Hmm.
Look, I've been cheated on, like by few jerks that I should have left even before that, and like if someone told me what's happening, it would be helpful. So I get you.
Okay, well that's nice. I'll make sure we remember you when we close the account.
Yeah, that maybe hack or something.
Okay.
Oh damn it! So
Yeah.
case out. Just trade
Yeah.
it.
So
So,
I think we might wrap up, and
yeah,
then we can
sure.
pick up again next week when we
Yeah.
stop the recording.